What is going on, everybody? We are back. We are live for the last time to give our final good as gold Oscar predictions. This is it, guys. There's going to be no more changes after this. So we are either going to be dead ass wrong or dead ass right, whatever we decide to come up with tonight. We'll see if we have the same kind of opinions here, but we're going to go through all 24 categories and break them down. Some of them will go quicker than others, but we're going to break them down and then just give what we believe is going to win. Also, for all y'all watching, if I start kind of sounding a little gravelly or something like that, just know I'm a little bit under the weather, but the show must go on. We must still discuss the Oscars, so I'm excited to do so with my fellow award aficionado friend, Jonathan Carroll. How are you doing, man?
Tired. I'm so tired from this season, man. People fighting. I'm witnessing people fighting in the internet, Twitter. Calm down. That's all I have to say. Calm down. But nevertheless, I'm doing fine, and I can't wait to have a civil discussion about this. I think more of these are going to be I think they're going to be slam dunk winners than others, but yeah, let's talk about them.
Yeah. I do think that this has been a more toxic year in terms of discourse than other years.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's a little bit more of an exciting awards race than something like the Oppenheimer year, where it's like that may not have been as toxic.
Or Everything Everywhere.
Of your Everything Everywhere, where it's like at least there's going to be some other films that are spreading the love, and there's going to be different winners and such like that. It's a few little surprises here and there, so it's not just going to be a complete boring awards race this year. So, but yeah, we are going to start down the ladder, guys, from Awards Expert app. So if y'all have the Awards Expert app, we're starting with the short categories and then working our way up to picture. So, live action short film. The nominees are A Friend of Dorothy, The Singers, Two People Exchanging Saliva, Jane Austen's period drama, and Butcher's Stain. So I will talk briefly about these because I have seen three of these. So I got to see The Singers because it's on Netflix. It's like 15 minutes, but it's literally like apparently there's going to be a feature of it coming out soon. But it's like that's one thing to keep in mind. But it's a Netflix one, and it's there's going to be a feature coming out. It's about these singers who are reminiscing over their past lives in a bar together. Basically, it's just like a one location kind of short and everything. It was effective, but it's not my favorite at the end of the day.
Okay.
Two People Exchanging Saliva was my favorite because that's one about it's very artsy, it's black and white. It's a movie about like how in this world it's illegal to kiss somebody, and it's like kind of like a crime or whatever, and it's just like the way that it plays into love and human connection. It's just like it's really fascinating. So I really like that one a lot. And then Jane Austen's period drama is fun, but it's again nothing to really write home about. And I've not seen Butcher Stain or A Friend of Dorothy.
Okay.
But for me, what I've read about A Friend of Dorothy, it sounds a lot like the kind of film that they would go with. So I'm between A Friend of Dorothy or The Singers. And
really?
Yeah, because the Singers because the Singers having the Netflix package, and then also having the fact that it's going to have a feature. So like it's telling you that like it's a little bit of a bigger short than maybe some of these other ones. Is the only reason why that's my two. But I'm actually going with A Friend of Dorothy because that seems like it's just a very heartwarming story about this like girl who becomes friends with an old lady. They're just like having a great journey of life together or something like that. It sounds very heartwarming from what I've heard. So
okay, because I'm looking at Gold Derby and Two People. It's very close between Two People and A Friend of Dorothy.
Yeah,
and Two People is in the lead. So you think it's a little too artsy?
I'm worried like maybe if it was the actual branch that votes on like the films at the Academy, then maybe I would consider it, but I just feel like I just don't remember the last time we've had a super artsy live action short win and everything. And this was like this one is definitely like almost like a Yorgos feeling
Gotcha.
kind of short film in a way with like its style and the way that it's made. So and it's also long. It's like 36 minutes or something like that. So that's
Okay.
that's so I gotta
Okay, I'll take your word for it then. I'll go with your friend Dorothy.
yeah, that's the only reason why. But two people with strangers saliva could win, and I would love it if it won because it was my favorite. But also, that would be really hilarious to open up the envelope and say the words two
Like,
people
huh?
with strangers saliva, and be like, "The hell? What are you talking about?"
Okay, sure. Friend of Dorothy.
Cool. Then we have best animated short. We got Retirement Plan, Butterfly, The Girl Who Cried Pearls, Forever Green, and The Three Sisters. I've gotten to see 4 of these, so I didn't get to see. I didn't get to see The Three Sisters, but I did get to see Retirement Plan, which is something that that the animation style of Retirement Plan is not all that good. It's very stereotypical animation, but the actual story of it, it's about this. It's narrated by Domhnall Gleeson. And it's about this kind of old man who's kind of looking at his life and where it's at, and it's like, did he do everything he wanted to after he retired, after he lived his life? And it's like, so a lot of people can connect to that and relate to that of like, when we get that old, like, are we actually going to be able to say that we lived our life the best we can? And
especially associated with older people in the academy who have seen it. So
exactly. So that's one thing to take into consideration. Butterfly, which is this beautifully like watercolor painted short film about Nazi Germany. It's about this Olympic swimmer who was like Jewish who wound up being taken into the concentration camps, and it's this really like somber, more beautiful, emotional kind of short film. It's my favorite of these, but it's one that's much more artistic. The Girl Who Cried Pearls, it's a kind of a stop motion animation style one, and it's very good, but I just don't see that winning because they don't really do stop motion stuff in animated short as much. Forever Green is one that is the cute animal movie. You always have to have the cute animal movie in there. It's about an animal in a tree, and so like there's like emotional little scene with like the tree towards the end that will make you start getting a little watery eyed and all that stuff. So it has a little bit of an effect there, and kind of talks about the environment and everything and global warming and such like that. So there's a few stuff in there that is talking about allegorical.
And then you haven't seen The Three Sisters.
I've not seen The Three Sisters, so I can't really speak on behalf of that one.
Okay, so the unanimous choice is Butterfly, and I've heard a lot of Butterfly.
I'm between Butterfly or Retirement Plan, because the thing is like I'm thinking, well, would they connect the most to something like Retirement Plan, where it's like, especially when you're an animator, who works all the time animating stuff, like did you live your life the best you could while you were doing, like, I feel like maybe a ton of people in the academy can relate to the message in there. So I don't know.
What you described me is like an animated short of Akiru.
Yeah.
And they will inspire people to watch Akiru for Kurosawa. I mean,
yeah,
if they want to go into Kurosawa. But I'm just gonna stick with Butterfly because I've heard so many people talk about that one, and it is a popular choice.
Yeah,
Retirement Plan, I think it's going to be devoted to a small group.
Yeah,
people who would sympathize with them. So I think it'll be a tough sell for it to win.
That's a good point. You know what? Just so we can at least be a little different, I'm still gonna stick with Retirement Plan, and then to see who ends up sticking out tough. Because that's the thing with these shorts categories, is they can always be like, we think it's one way, and then it goes a whole another route. Like, so like I remember I did not predict at all War is Over, that like Beatles one that they did one time, and then it like ended up winning, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Okay, then next would be
Documentary short.
Documentary short.
The ones here is All the Empty Rooms, which is one I've seen. It's on Netflix. This is a man basically documenting a house of like a family that now the rooms are empty because of school shooting that happened. So it's very much emotional and just like hits you. Like once it gets to a certain point, you are just like broken up by the end of this documentary. So it really affects you the most out of all the ones I've seen. And then The Devil is Busy is one from HBO.
Yeah.
That is one about abortion and the kind of how hard it is for a woman to go through that process, but also how hard it is to even get one for a woman today and all that. So it's very topical as well. Armed Only with a Camera is the life and death of Brent Bernard, is one about this journalist who was sent into battle basically during the war on Ukraine, and he caught a lot of stuff that was really important, but he also like died in the process, and it was really emotional as well. That's also on HBO. So those are the only three I've seen. I've not seen Perfectly Estranged in this, but apparently Perfectly Estranged in this is like literally no dialogue. It's just a bunch of donkeys being filmed for like 14 minutes or something.
Okay.
And the Children No More were and are gone. I have not seen that one either, but I've heard good things about that one. So for me, I'm leaning towards All the Empty Rooms. I think that one kind of it's got the Netflix deal too. I think that Netflix at least always wins at least one of these short categories.
That's the one short I've been hearing about because of the school shooting and the relevance of it. Unfortunately, I mean there's already been one shooting, like I think the past few weeks.
Oh yeah,
I mean it's ridiculous, and yeah, I'll go with that one. I have no qualms about it.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I think I'm gonna also go with All the Empty Rooms, especially because it's the one that feels not only the most complete, like when you watch it, you feel like you've finished it, but also it's the one that hits you the hardest. So, so for original song,
all right,
the nominees are Golden, I Lied to You, Train Dreams, Dear Me from Diane Warren Relentless, and then the one that shocked us all, which is Sweet Dreams of Joy from Viva Verdi, which is a opera song.
I heard it. Okay.
Yeah, it was all right. The fact that Wicked is not here is just kind of crazy, but yeah, and shocking. But yeah, so this is an easy category. All of the people who keep on saying they're trying to defend I Lied to You and saying that, oh, there's this last minute surge for Sinners and that's going to take over so many categories, including song. There's a group of people out there that keep on saying this. You're out of your mind, because Golden literally is bigger than like Let It Go from Frozen. Like if you look at the actual like Spotify charts and how it's ranked on there, it's even bigger than that song. It's bigger than like so many other songs out there. It's on the radio. It's everywhere. So to say it's not winning is absolutely stupid.
If Sinners wins this, look, it is a good song, yes, but come on, Golden is a great song. I think it is a great song. I think both of these will last a long time, but yeah, Golden will definitely win this one, hands down.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Then when you hear Sinners win best song, I was like, really? Okay, this is going to be a popularity contest, and I'm not going to like this.
Yeah,
and I don't look. I love Sinners. Yeah, Sinners is great. It was in my top 10. Yeah, but
yeah,
come on.
It's like if Sinners does win, then it's going to be a boring award ceremony, because then it's just going to be like, okay, we're just going to award
Okay, unless if it's like one of the categories, then we'll talk about it. But yeah, golden.
Oh yeah, I think it's going to be a golden night for
K-pop.
For K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Then score the nominees are Sinners, Frankenstein, One Battle After Another, Hamnet, and Begonia.
That's a great lineup.
Very good lineup.
Yeah, that is a great lineup. I wish that like Marty Supreme was there or F1, but in the end, Ludwig, you're on the stage for the third time. You're gonna win.
I'm in the same kind of boat there. I think
this is the one that Sinners deserves. This one.
Although it's getting kind of like a little tedious at this point. Of like, are we going to give Ludwig an Oscar every single time now? Because I can almost guarantee you he's going to win again for the Odyssey, and it's just
think?
Yeah, because it's just him and Nolan teaming up again. I think that he might win again for the Odyssey. It's like, are we just going to keep on giving Ludwig Oscars? Like,
so,
go on.
You think he's the best composer since Zimmer, or Williams?
Honestly, I'm starting to think so. I think that he's up there alongside
Ennio Morricone, even though he only won one. But
yeah, because like Ludwig's, he's already won 2, right? I think, and this would be his third.
Black Panther. Black Panther, though, that was a surprise win.
Yeah. Black Panther was a surprise win.
Yeah, and then Oppenheimer, duh.
Yeah,
but yeah, he's gonna get it.
Yeah, he's gonna get it for this one. And rewatching the movie again, the score is very good. Yes. The first time I saw it in the theaters, I didn't really notice the score that much, and so I was just like, I was like, oh, okay, I'm sure it's good. And then once I rewatched it.
Also, it is the biggest component of the movie.
It is, yeah.
So
it's about music. So yeah. So I think that definitely helps. But I would love for Johnny Greenwood to have his year.
Oh, I wish.
It's not going to happen though. But damn,
he's overdue. That's a guy who's overdue.
Yeah, talk about overdue. Yeah. This is going to be interesting. Best sound. This is going to be an interesting one because we got F1. Sinners, One Battle After Another, Frankenstein, or Surratt.
Okay. To myself, I thought it was going to be like F1, hands down, boom. Yeah. Then something occurred to me. I was like, okay, Sinners won a big sound award. But in my mind, it's like, what sound are they really, what am I thinking about in terms of sound? Like the third act of the movie?
Yeah, it's like, I guess maybe some of the music. I don't know.
Yeah, but I focus more on the music than I do the sound.
Yeah.
So that was a big surprise for me. And then Surratt, I know people are like, there are a few votes for Surratt, but I don't think it's going to happen.
I would love it because I think the sound in that is phenomenal.
Actually, personally, I would give it to Surratt, but personally, but even though I don't think Sinners is out of the conversation for sound, I'm still going to go F1.
Cool. Yeah,
because it's associated with the the racing sounds, the racing noises.
If tomorrow night comes and they want to completely sweep One Battle After Another, there's an environment out there. There's a world out there.
The gun shots
with the gunshots, with the racing, with the car chase scene and all that stuff. That there is a chance of One Battle After Another taking this, but
I would say a chance.
Yeah, there's a chance, but I think that F1, when you go see that movie, it played really well in theaters. People were impressed at just the sound of it and everything that went into it. So I do think that this is going to be one where Sinners won't win, and it's going to go to another film. It's going to be I think this is going to be the only Oscar F1 wins. But
yes, I do too.
I think it'll win.
But how would you react to if Sinners wins this one?
I don't know. I would feel kind of lukewarm. I'd be like, really? Like,
so we're just gonna give it to the third act of the movie? That's it? Not to the whole movie where it's all basically racing sounds, racing noises. F1.
Yeah. F1's just like the whole.
Even the fireworks.
Yeah.
Just Really?
It's like hell. I would even prefer Frankenstein winning over Sinners, because at least Frankenstein has like the opening with the boat and all that stuff, and
True.
a bunch of and other stuff like throughout the movie.
And then the
That
monster being, born. I
yeah,
think there's a huge sound echo, when the monster was being born with the machine.
exactly. So it's
And then
just
there's
like
some curdling sounds in there. I mean, the third act, I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, there's some devastating and disturbing sounds.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
there most definitely is. So yeah, I just think that makes that the Sinners. I have it at number 2, unfortunately, because I think it's
yeah, I do
big
too.
runner. But I just think it's just like, we'll see. The easiest one to predict of the whole award ceremony, not even this is like hands down the easiest. Best visual effects.
Oh, you think this is the easiest one? Okay.
I think so. Because
There's another easy. I think there's one easier one, but go ahead.
Okay. So the nominees are Avatar: Fire and Ash, F1, Sinners, The Lost Bus, and Jurassic World Rebirth. It's
Avatar. Let's move on.
Avatar. Yeah, it's Avatar. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
nothing's beating that. It's gonna at least win an Oscar for that. So, best makeup and hairstyling, Frankenstein, The Ugly Stepsister, The Smashing Machine, Sinners, and Kakuo.
Okay. I have Frankenstein winning.
I do have Frankenstein winning as well. However, if they go full on for Sinners, I could see something like this. But I just think you look at Jacob Elordi and how he's fully covered in makeup, as opposed to like the little splotches of makeup that they have on Sinners. So,
I mean, look, it was impressive, like transforming this, what people describe him as this handsomely good-looking guy into a monster. Yeah.
So
even other people like Mia Goth, like Mia Goth's hair, I think that is really well done. Yeah. So
now,
I'll go Frankenstein.
Now I know, like, and I'll ask you this too once we reach the end of the stream. But like, my biggest absolute, I would go insane over, like, no chance in hell of winning, but I would absolutely go insane over if it won, is The Ugly Stepsister.
Yeah.
If I ended up taking this, like, I would absolutely lose my shit. It'd just be like going nuts. It would be like whenever Roger Deakins finally won for Blade Runner 2049. I would be like losing my shit there.
Yeah, I would actually, to be honest, it would have been between Frankenstein and The Ugly Stepsister.
Yeah,
for me.
I do actually have The Ugly Stepsister at number 2, only because body horror does have a good reputation in this category. So,
whereas the makeup in Sinners is only vampires. I mean, transformed into vampires, and also when I think Mouse King's character's, his face is scratched at the end of the movie, as well as the singer. Spoiler alert. But pretty much it.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. So, costume design. The nominees are Frankenstein, Hamnet, Sinners, Marty Supreme, and Avatar: Fire and Ash.
Frankenstein. That's it.
It's
Mia Goth. Mia Goth's costumes.
Yeah, Mia Goth. The way I heard some people trying to say maybe Sinners could pull off a last minute thing with costumes, but because it's Ruth E. Carter. But
okay, all right, you have a point there. Yeah,
that that bigger name and everything, but
how many has she won?
I know she's
won.
I know she won for Black Panther.
Yes, that's correct. That is correct. Ruthie Carter. Oscars.
She's won 2 Oscars for costume design for Black Panther and Wakanda Forever. Yeah,
it would be her third if she wins through this. But no, I don't think it's going to be Sinners. I think it's going to be Frankenstein.
Yeah. I think so too. But then we have Best Production Design. The nominees are Frankenstein, Sinners, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another.
Frankenstein.
Look, I don't know if I love him, but I like Jeff Snyder. All right. I watched his show, and he was in here throwing Marty Supreme as a production design winner.
Well,
And I was like, I don't know.
some of the sets are great. I like how they transformed to New York. I mean,
Yeah.
he's impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll give it that. I will give it to him in that regard.
It was impressive. But I just think the Frankenstein's is going to be sweeping the techs basically, and just take at least it's going to go home with three Oscars by the end of the night.
Okay, if people said Sinners, like seriously, most of the movie takes place in a barn.
Yeah. It's like that's one production in the whole movie basically. I would understand even more so like Hamnet or something, because at least that has like the play, and then that's got like a few other production design with like the house and a few other stuff like that. So I would understand that much more than I would Sinners.
Yeah.
And One Battle After Another is good, but it's very contemporary. It's very contemporary.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I did not predict for One Battle to get nominated in this category, but I was surprised that it did. I agree that it is contemporary, but I think Frankenstein, because there's so many sets, there's so many lavish designs, and also some very articulate production designs, especially with the castle. The castle itself, his the house, and also the ship. So, there's a lot more production in comparison to the other nominees, especially Sinners. Like, Sinners predictors. What are you thinking? It's just the barn.
So it's
but also the fields. I want to credit the fields. They actually do a good job with that. But
yeah, they do a good job with the fields. But like, I would be much more okay with like the arguments for costume design than production design, basically.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I agree. All right.
Best editing. This is
it's pretty easy for me.
Yeah, I think this is pretty easy. But we have One Battle After Another, F1, Sinners, Marty Supreme, and Sentimental Value. There are some F1 defenders out there saying because of the vroom vroom scenes that maybe that can still win an editing prize.
But that would be a surprise.
It would be.
It would be a surprise for me if it were F1, because F1 would be my number 2.
Yeah, that is my number 2 as well. So.
But now it's One Battle.
The way the chase scene is edited when they're chasing each other in that scene, and that's like people are still talking about that. Yeah. And the fact it's a 2-hour and like 45-minute movie, almost 3 hours, and it flies by like it's like you don't even feel it. So
a lot of people in the Academy, from what I've heard, said like it is a fast movie.
Yeah.
I do agree. The car chase sequence is what etched the Oscar for best editing. But in addition to that one sequence with the phone call, where he's in the sensei's house or apartment, it's very well edited with all the chaos going on. So
So we're both in agreement there. One Battle After Another,
and it won the Ace Award. So.
Yeah, which is a big indicator. So that's a big one. But one that it may not win, we'll have to see, is Best Cinematography. So the nominees are Frankenstein, Sinners, One Battle After Another, Train Dreams, and Marty Supreme.
Okay. I kind of have a little bit of a hot take on this one, because as much the one that I want to win is not One Battle. And it's not Sinners.
You and I have, I think, the same one that we want to win.
This is one I want Train Dreams to win.
Yep, that's the same one. Favorite cinematography there.
And I still think it's in contention. Even though it hasn't won that many cinematography awards, which is sad. Because in a fair world, this was the one that could have won this one for sure.
Yeah. This happens to me a lot of years where it's like the year The Lighthouse was nominated. That's the one I felt like should have won, and it didn't.
And wait, what won was it Joker? I think Joker won cinematography.
Yeah, I think Joker won cinematography that year.
Yeah. No, it was 1917.
Oh, that was it. 1917.
It was Deakins, Roger Deakins.
Yeah.
Well, I understand that one. Never, but unfortunately, I will put Train Dreams in third, but that's like a distant third. And this is gonna be the main point of almost every award. You know, it will be One Battle or Sinners.
Yeah.
But what I've heard from a few cinematographers that they do not like the dark cinematography in Sinners.
Yeah.
Like in the barn, you know,
I
like
have
it's so
heard
dark.
I've heard the same thing. I've heard them complain about the fact that you can't really see a lot that's happening when they're standing out there. I mean, for me, I was able to notice it, but
yeah, but I understand their criticism about the dimness and the darkness and the cinematography, especially in the interior scenes. I mean, outside you can see. I mean, at least. Whereas One Battle, in comparison, it is really good cinematography, but it is at least brighter and crisper. I mean, especially in the night scenes.
True. And then also, what do we feel about Frankenstein? Also,
oh man, you see,
that's very shot.
It's shot beautifully
as well. Yeah.
But unfortunately, I don't think it has any chance. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see, this is what you get with 4 great looking movies. You have to pick one in the end, and the last one was Marty Supreme, right?
So, well, yeah, which is still a great looking movie as well.
Still a great looking movie. It felt like a '70s movie.
Yeah,
it's great. You go first.
This is.
I think it's swayed for me because I was going one way and now going another way.
Yeah, I think for me, the way that I'm going to be leaning is I actually did have Frankenstein in the top spot because really? I initially, because of the fact of it being kind of a very tech heavy kind of film.
Sure.
But the thing I know that people are walking away from One Battle After Another actually talking about the most, that I still hear people talking about it, is the way that the chase scene is shot and edited. The way that like the camera is like attached to the car and it's like as it's driving. So for me, I think I'm now swayed enough to change my vote to One Battle After Another.
Okay. So for most of the award season, I had Sinners.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there is a history in the realms of this possibility because she would be the first woman to win cinematography. That's great. However, we're playing apples and oranges. I think One Battle is the better looking shot. I mean, of the two, if we're gonna play apples and oranges, because like I said, I think people do not love the interior barn scenes, especially at night. I mean, you can't really see much. I mean, it's so like dark, and you can't see much of anything else. Like you see only like faces. Especially with, I think people will be also a little antsy about the daytime scenes because they are shot dark, Yeah, I'll stick with One Battle, but I'm not as confident about cinematography.
Yeah,
but also it won that cinematography award.
It did. Yeah,
which was a surprise because I thought it was going to be Sinners.
Yeah,
or Train Dreams.
Yeah, and I still think there is a world in which Train Dreams could be its one and only Oscar or something.
Yeah,
Sunday night. I do think there's still a world where that can happen, but for now, just purely based on the fact it's won a cinematography prize, a big one.
Yeah,
I'm gonna lean towards One Battle here, but if Train Dreams wins, I'll be very happy.
I'll be very happy if it wins.
Oh yeah,
yeah, because it deserves it. The nature one is so gorgeous.
Oh, it is every shot. So this is okay. I lied earlier, maybe when I was talking.
Oh, about casting.
Actually, no, because the easiest one of the entire night actually might be Best Anime Feature. because we got K-pop Demon Hunters, Zootopia 2, Little Amelie, or the character Rain, Arco, and then Elio. I've seen all these except for Arco. So Arco's the only
K-pop.
one.
Let's move on.
K-pop, it's gonna win.
Yeah.
There are people saying, "Oh, well, Zootopia 2 was a moneymaker and did super well."
Okay, that's true. Yes.
Yes.
But we can't compare because of the streaming stuff, the streaming numbers, even though it is the most streamed movie of 2025.
Yeah. And also,
the
people complaining about the whole fact that it wasn't nominated at BAFTAs, it wasn't eligible for the BAFTAs because it didn't didn't have its international release in theaters or anything like that. So it could not even be eligible. So that's the only reason it wasn't nominated. So yeah, it's definitely gonna
be K-pop. Yeah.
This is gonna be the one that's gonna be interesting to see where this goes. Best documentary feature.
Oh yeah.
So the nominees are Mr. Nobody Against Putin, The Perfect Neighbor, The Alabama Solution, Come See Me in the Good Light, and Cutting Through Rocks. I have seen 4 of these. I don't know where to find Cutting Through Rocks, but I've seen the other ones. And I will say I am not going with the typical frontrunner that everyone's been going with. I don't think The Perfect Neighbor has it in the bag. I think Mr. Nobody Against Putin is going to take this.
Guess what?
What?
If I were to choose one upset, it's this one.
Yeah.
And I think we're thinking the same movie.
Mr. Nobody Against Putin, yeah. I just think the political messaging of it is going to hit home a lot more. Everything that's going on right now is going to hit a lot more than like The Perfect Neighbor will. And The Perfect Neighbor is actually pretty divisive. There's some people who really like it. There's some people who who thought it was kind of gimmicky a little bit. So it's like, it's
there's also another reason. Another reason that people say it, and I do understand that it's cheating.
Yeah.
Because it's only shot through like police cam footage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's basically just editing the police cam footage and just telling a story, and then that's it through footage. That's it. There's only like one piece of narration towards the end, but that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not your typical documentary. That's what I'm trying to say here. So, and I can't speak about Mr. Nobody Against Putin because I haven't seen it, but is it like a traditional documentary, like a compelling one?
It's not. I mean, it's not like a Talking Heads documentary, but it still at least feels like a documentary when you're watching it. So at least like, okay, this is a documentary for sure. So, yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna go upsets here.
Yeah,
upsets. All right, that's an interesting one. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it's and I would be pleasantly happy. I mean, my favorite in the category is the Alabama Solution, but
okay, I heard it's good.
I don't think that one's going to win, but yeah, I think we're both going with the upset there. Just with documentary, anytime there's a front runner, it's like you don't want to be the front runner, because it's just like something could happen.
Yeah, it's almost always a surprise when it comes to documentary.
Exactly.
Almost, but always.
So, best international feature. The nominees.
Oh God.
are Sentimental Value.
Oh boy.
The Secret Agent. It Was Just an Accident. Surat, and The Voice of Hind Rajab.
This is one of the toughest categories of the night.
Yeah. This is one that I definitely.
And no other choice. Oh, that's right.
No other choice got snubbed. Yeah, which is so unfortunate. And all the people who last minute are starting to say, like, because of everything happening in the news, that It Was Just an Accident is gonna take it. It's not nominated for Best Picture, so I just don't.
I mean, it would be an interesting win. It would be, but no, I don't have it competing.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Not when 2 of them are in Best Picture.
No.
But.
And speaking of that, I do have it between those 2 Best Picture nominees.
Yeah.
International Sentimental Value and The Secret Agent. Okay, where are you going with this one?
Initially, I've had as my prediction for the longest time, sentimental value.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm starting to lean towards the secret agent.
Okay.
Because
Why?
the reason why is because while it's not necessarily like confirmed that he's going to take it, you and I talked earlier about Wagner Moura possibly winning actor. So
Yes.
there is a package there already. While there's a package for sentimental value if Stellan wins, but I just feel like the package is larger for something like the secret agent at the end of the day than what like sentimental value will wind up with. And I also think that you look at previous awards, it won at the Critics' Choice Awards for Best International Feature, and it won the Golden Globe for Best International Feature. So like it has two big prizes already there.
Okay, but one other thing, it's been a long season. I mean, it's been so long of a season that I think people will start to forget about those and then be swayed a little more towards sentimental value, but still be on, top of the secret agent.
That's true.
So, I mean, like I said to the Oscars, please put it back in February. So, okay. I mean, you do have your points. What won BAFTA? Was it sentimental value? Wasn't it?
That was a good question. Yeah, it was okay. It was awarded to sentimental value,
but no, it was one battle actually.
One battle is not international.
Well, it says best film not in the English language, which is interesting.
Well, okay. I'm looking at it and it says best film not in the English language.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Sentimental value.
Yeah. So the sentimental value, it winning BAFTA. That is a
that's right.
That's a bigger kind of contender there.
Yeah, but that makes more sense there, though.
I'm starting to think it does make more sense, but also what doesn't make sense is that won international, yet Stellan lost the BAFTA. That's weird to me. And
that was Sean. Okay, well we'll talk.
Yeah, that was Sean. We'll talk about that when we get to it. But yeah, I don't know. You know what? I'll stick with sentimental value for now because of the BAFTA win.
Okay. And I'm sticking with sentimental value because of the BAFTA win. And I think that they want to reward it because all of these actors are nominated and they're not going to get a chance to win. So that's a spoiler alert there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but and I think they want
one of them could.
Okay, one of them has a shot, but the thing is that they want to reward sentimental value.
Yeah,
I think they really do. And people, I think out of the movies there, I think it's the least controversial movie. I heard like so much controversy about all of these except for sentimental value.
Yeah, sentimental value is the most well liked out of every one of these movies. So
even though Hamnet has its detractors, it's been swinging up a little bit because it has been on Peacock for a while. But but out of all the nominees, I think people like it or love sentimental value. But, one big dislike there. But
true.
Whereas the secret agent, I've heard people feel the length of the movie.
Yeah.
It's a long movie. You have to be patient with it, but or sentimental value, it's very organic in its storytelling. It does definitely takes its time with its characters, and also it's a movie about movies.
That's true. The fact it's a movie about movies helps it.
Yeah, even though it's not like a conventional movie about movies, it ends with the spoiler alert. It ends with a director, shooting a movie because they prep with workshopping and financing and all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So
I'm gonna go sentimental value. I think it's gotten momentum, and I think people like it more.
I think so as well.
But I wouldn't be surprised if the secret agent wins.
I wouldn't either. So now on to the brand new category for the Oscars.
Which is going to be easy.
Yeah, best casting. So
Okay.
we got The Secret Agent, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, and Sinners.
Sinners.
Sinner.
That's it.
That's. I mean, if they go full for One Battle, maybe, but no, Sinners.
No, I think it's Sinners. But what should win? Marty Supreme, because
interesting.
Because there are a few casting choices that were like questionable in the beginning. I'm like, oh wow, she gave a great performance. Oh, he gave a great performance. Mr. Wonderful. Like, whoa,
Yeah,
I didn't see that coming. So yeah, because there's some surprises in the casting.
Marty Supreme, or also honestly, The Secret Agent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Yeah, there's this one actress that's on already like in the news regarding its promotion.
Yeah.
Who plays the old lady that takes care of the house?
Yeah.
That's a very interesting casting choice. So
she was very good.
Yeah, that's my thing. It's like I know Sinners is going to win, and that's my prediction. But
yeah,
to be honest, I think it should have been between Secret Agent and Marty Supreme.
That's kind of what I'm feeling towards as well. And then adapted screenplay, very easy. Yeah. Train Dreams, Frankenstein, Begonia, Hamnet, One Battle.
It has won everything.
Yeah, every single adapted screenplay prize has gone to
Paul
after another.
Thomas Anderson is going to get his first Oscar.
Finally, thank God. It's been long overdue.
At least one.
At least he'll win one Oscar. We don't. Yeah. We'll see about his second Oscar whenever we get to that category. Mm-hmm. But original screenplay.
There's another easy one.
We have Blue Moon, Marty Supreme, It Was Just an Accident, Sentimental Value, and Ryan Coogler, who will be winning his first Oscar with Sinners. So.
Sinners. Yeah, that will be my pick and prediction as well.
My pick should win, though, I think, is Blue Moon. I thought Blue Moon's script was actually really great. The way that's just like they talk back and forth with each other and the screenplay of it was really phenomenal. So,
okay. No, but there's still some quotable lines in Sinners. And I think that, in addition to Haley Steinfeld's conversation with Michael B. Jordan on the train, I'm going to add a few other ones like the Delroy Lindo stuff with, the music before that, awesome scene happens. And a few others towards the end, but especially that the one, the post credits. I mean, it sticks with you. Lines.
Yeah,
so, I'm gonna go with Sinners.
Right, for sure. I'm gonna go Sinners. Also, I would love it if Joachim Trier somehow won too for sentimental value, but
it may happen for international feature.
It will. Yeah. Good, but supporting actor.
You know what? Hold on. Let's just get actress out of the way.
Actress out of the way? Okay. Yeah, that works. Because supporting actor is going to be the debate. But actress, so supporting actress, or do you want to do lead
just actress.
Just actress? Okay.
Because that's the easiest one of the four.
It's easy. So we have Kate Hudson, Song Stone Blue, Emma Stone, Begonia, Rose Byrne, Sentimental. If I legs I kick you, Renata Reinsva for sentimental value, and then Jesse Buckley for Hamnet. And Buckley's winning.
Prepare your speech.
This is the easiest of all the acting categories. Those online, there are people out there. I've even read them. That are saying there's a last minute surge. That like we're gonna see Kate Hudson take it.
No.
That like there is actually like a group of people online saying this. That's not gonna happen.
I know who you're talking about, and that person is crazy.
Yeah.
If you think Kate Hudson is the best of these five.
Yeah. And also Scott Mantz thinks that, and like Jeff Snyder does, and a few other people do. And it's just like what is going on? Like, okay, so
let me put it to you this way: I just saw the Testament of Anne Lee today.
Yeah,
Cypher should be in here.
She should. The fact that Kate Hudson got nominated instead of Seyfried is like just something to anger me more. So
and Searchlight fumbled the ball, and I have no idea why, but
yeah.
But Buckley. Yeah, Buckley, her performance still has stuck with me, and even with people who have seen it late, and it really helped when it came out on Peacock. So yeah, and some of the people who do love it really love Buckley.
Yeah, Tristan, who was supposed to join us, but he had technical issues, so he's not going to be able to tonight. Says there's no standout alternative for Buckley. I could buy into an upset if there was really strong second place. Right now, it's a blowout.
Yeah. Well, I think the strong second place is Byrne.
I think so because she's won the she won at the Globes, and then I don't know if they've happened yet, but I assume she's going to be winning the Independent Spirit Award too, or something like that. So
I don't know.
I haven't looked into that yet, but she has won independent critic prizes as well. So she's like,
she won the NBR.
Yeah, so she is a second place, but still like a far down below.
Yeah, it's a big gap between first and second for me.
Yeah,
so Buckley.
Yeah. So
all right,
Buckley.
Let's go to. Okay, you pick supporting. Which one?
Let's. You know what? Because I'm going to be a little bit more shocking with supporting actor. Let's do supporting actress.
Oh, okay. I agree. You know what? Yeah. Yeah.
Supporting actress. So we will do this one first, and the nominees are Elle Fanning, Inga Ipsdotter Lilius, both for sentimental value, Tiana Taylor for One Battle After Another, Amy Madigan for Weapons, and Wunmi Masaku for Sinners.
Okay. This is a tough category, but it's not as tough as I think, because I think I may be overthinking about this category. Usually with supporting categories, like let's just say 70% of the time they go with the veteran presence.
True.
And we do have one veteran in here. Because I'll say this, I'm gonna process of elimination. It's not gonna happen for Elle Fanning or Lilius. I'm afraid. Personally, I would pick.
Unfortunately, Lilius. I think Lilius is the best of these five.
Yes, that would be my personal pick because she gives a heartbreaking performance for me. I love that performance, but unfortunately, it's not going to happen. Now, Tiana Taylor. So I thought she was going to be the one to win after the Golden Globe speech, but the thing is that she does disappear after the first third of the movie. And I thought that they were going to go for the Moonlight, strategy, because also Mahershala Ali disappears after the first third of the movie.
Yeah.
And I guess they don't want to do that now, because now it has to be prominent in your face. But her character definitely lingers when she's also missing. When she's missing.
Yeah, she's a presence throughout the whole.
Yeah, it affects the whole dynamic of the two characters, Leo and Chase Infinity. And also the revolutionaries, years later, 16 years later. So yeah, her missing presence is felt there. So I don't have her there, have her winning. Masako, it's an interesting choice that people would, bestow the Oscar to. My problem is that she does not have the one scene.
Yeah.
That's my problem. Like which one scene would you show the Oscar clip to?
Maybe the scene when he
there's two scenes, but I think
when he comes home and she's talking about how she had to take care of his brother and all that stuff, and I don't know, maybe
it's good, but the thing is, after coming out of Sinners, I did not really think about Masako.
Yeah.
In the end, and it's really early into the movie, and also there's a after that speech, after that conversation, and also I think the scene where she discusses about how to handle these vampires, maybe that's another clip, but there's not one moment in there that I think is the word. Which comes to my pick, Amy Madigan. I think she's gonna pull it off. She has the least amount of screen time, I think.
I think so. It's between her and Tiana, from what I know, but it's.
I think it's Madigan, and I was shocked.
Madigan's 15 minutes of the movie or something.
No, Tiana was 16, 15, whereas Amy's was 12.
Oh yeah, 12, something like that. Yeah, it would be like a Silence of the Lambs situation all over again with Anthony. sort of.
But the thing is that her performance is supporting.
Yeah, he won for lead, and it was like
yes. And I think it's going to be Amy Madigan for two reasons. One, she's a veteran presence. She's been in the industry for like 40 years. And I just saw Streets of Fire, and that was in 85 or no, 84. So you know that she's there, you know, Field of Dreams and other movies. And two, Aunt Gladys has been in people's minds ever since it came out, especially during Halloween. People have dressed up as Aunt Gladys during Halloween. And I'll add a third point. She's doing a great job campaigning.
Yeah. She's been everywhere. She's been talking.
She's been everywhere, yeah.
And, you know, and every year they always do a...
She's doing it right.
They every single year they do a legend. We're here to give you your Oscar, you know.
I think this is going to be the one.
They did it with Jamie Lee Curtis. They did it with Robert Downey Jr. They did it with several other ones where it's like they just
Zoe, if you can make an argument.
Zoe, if you want to make the argument there, where it's just like they just give these prizes, and it's a lot of times it's in the supporting category, where it's like this person is beloved. Here's your Oscar. You finally deserve it. She does have Critics' Choice Award and the SAG Award to help us. And the SAG is more important than like the Critics' Choice, but
But hold on, one more thing. But the BAFTA thing, even she was not nominated. Now, here's the thing: would she have won if she were nominated?
Yeah, that's the thing.
I think she would have, because Masago has not won against Amy.
Yeah, when it comes to Masaku versus Amy Madigan has been winning in the ones where they're facing up against each other. And we'll talk about this whenever we get to supporting actor of somebody who I think might have a shot somewhere because he's not been able to compete against anybody else, you know, and making that same argument in the other direction. But here, she wasn't nominated at the BAFTAs, and I think that's going to, you know, help Amy Madigan. She was able to give a speech last minute that, you know, was really beautiful. So I think that, man, you know what? You might have swayed me just now, because I actually had Wumi Masaku in my first place slot because of her BAFTA win, and how BAFTA is a very strong indicator for like what is to come towards the Oscars. But I think now I'm leaning towards Amy Madigan. However, it's also horror, and I just don't know if like the Academy.
They're both horror.
They're both horror.
They're both horror.
So yeah, they're both horror. So like that's the only thing is like, would the horror movies cancel each other out, and Tiana takes it because it's like for a non-horror movie.
They cancel each other out because of genre.
It's just like
Tiana Taylor. Like, wait, what?
This is like, oh shit. Okay.
That would be an interesting speech.
That would be.
No, but the one thing that also associates with this is, remember Ruth Gordon? You know Ruth Gordon, right? That actress from Harold and Maude.
Oh yeah.
She won for Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah, but that was also in like what,
1968,
something like that. That was like,
so that's what this reminds me of a little bit.
Yeah,
Amy, because okay, truthfully, I don't remember Ruth Gordon, Rosemary's Baby. I remember like Mia Farrow, but they both give like similar performances in a way. But even with people who do not love weapons, still love Amy Madigan in that movie.
Yeah.
And she definitely lingers on you, you know, after the movie's finished.
She lingers on you. She's the performance that is memorable. Also,
she makes the movie memorable.
Also, they love, the Academy has a history of preferring the showy performances to the subtle performances.
True.
Something like, you know, Inga Ibsdottir or
Elle Fanning, they're two.
They're more subtle. Like Wumi
is more subtle, actually.
Yeah, she's a little bit more subtle at times. So it's like, you know, you get, while, you know, Amy is like, that's her Joker. You know, she's going over the top and all that stuff with it. And so they they're gonna like that because it's the most acting, I guess you could say.
She benefits from every second on that screen.
Yeah.
And she's very scary. She pulls it off. I'm still gonna go Amy Madigan. I'm just gonna stick with veteran presence. This is the one award that will go to the veteran.
Madigan.
And I'll be very happy.
I think I'll stick with that too. I do understand the argument of what people are saying of like she's old. She's the only nomination for the movie, while like Sinners and One Battle are Best Picture nominees. But
who won last year's supporting actor? Kieran Culkin.
Yeah,
it wasn't nominated for Best Picture.
That's true, but he also
only got a screenplay nomination. But
but it at least got a screenplay nom, so it was at least like had 2 nominations there. But it's very. But you do look at other winners in the past, like Judy, Renee Zellweger for Judy.
Yeah, I think she won.
She won, and she was the only nomination for that movie. So it happens from time to time.
It can happen, and I think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Here. So yeah, I'm just gonna stick with Madigan.
Yeah, same. Moving on to supporting actor. The nominees are Jacob Elordi, Benicio del Toro, Sean Penn, Sentimental Value, or not
Stellan Skarsgård. Well, it's
for Sean Penn for One Man After Another, and then Stellan Skarsgård for Sentimental Value, and then Delroy Lindo for Sinners.
I don't know where to go. Give the Oscar to everyone because I don't know which way to go.
And I'll let you go first on this because my pick. This is my no guts, no glory, outside the box, completely just shocking pick of a win that I am throwing out there for supporting actor.
Okay, I'm gonna do a little process elimination again. It's not gonna be Benicio. Yeah, I don't think she has the momentum.
Yeah. Elordi feels
Elordi was in the conversation for a while after that surprise Critics' Choice win, but then that's it. That's pretty much it. And he's been missing ever since. Look, he's been campaigning mostly for that, and also Wuthering Heights, which either benefited him or hurt him a little bit. I don't know. You say it yourself. Okay, so
Sean Penn's been doing no campaigning yet somehow.
No, but that's the thing, though. That is benefiting him.
Yeah,
he's usually a very controversial actor when in terms of his like political stuff and social stuff, et cetera, et cetera. But he lets the performance speak for itself. And which performance is the most memorable that people talk about from One Battle? Sean Penn. Well, actually, Sean Penn and Benicio. But so Sean Penn is still in the conversation. Delroy, look, I'm very happy for the nomination, and this is basically his only nom in the top tier awards circuit, right? Pretty much.
Yeah.
Now, I'll give credit to him. He's using every opportunity to talk about what he wants to talk about on stage. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that benefit. But the con would be maybe it could be a little aggressive at times, just a little bit. So with his, opportunities. But I think that this is where it comes to my argument with sympathy votes. And I understand what happened in BAFTA. It's terrible. But it's very touchy subject, so I don't want to go into that conversation, because you can't control what happened in terms of that person's perspective. But they did handle it very well. All right. So he's campaigning very well. He's, using opportunity. He's being humble. He's having a humbling campaign. I'll go with that. Stellan, he's in the same boat with Delroy, if you think about it, because they also have similar backgrounds. This is his first nomination too.
Yeah, this is also his first nomination. Both of them.
See, they're both in the same boat, but Stellan has been garnering more nominations.
And they're both like legends in the industry that have that you know, legendary status win. If Amy doesn't win, then they could do the legendary status win on one of these two.
Yeah, but the thing is, Sean is also, if you want to say it, he's legendary too.
He is, but he's already won 2. It's like at that point of like a legendary and overdue, you know.
But why is that a penalty?
I don't know. I feel,
penalty?
they might look at it and say like, "Are we really going to give him a third one?" I don't know. Like, I don't.
Well, what happened with? Well, Frances got her third one for 3 billboards.
Yeah.
And how long has it been between 3 billboards and? Oh, no, I'm sorry, Nomadland. So between 3 billboards and that's 3 years.
Yeah, and Mystic River was it Mystic River?
2003.
No, Milk was the last one, right?
Oh, 2008.
2008. Yeah, Milk was the last one he won for, and that was
about 17 years ago.
Yeah, 17 years ago. So that is a while.
Yeah, that is a long while. Okay, the thing that really gets me is that he has won SAG and BAFTA.
Yeah. If you won just one, then it would be like,
that's a different conversation. That would be harder.
Yeah.
That's a dangerous combo. That's why I say to people, judge the performance, not the person. I'm gonna go Sean. I think I'm gonna go Sean Penn.
All right, this is where
I'm not too confident about it, though. I'll be honest.
This is where my guts.
I think it should be Stellan, but
yeah, I think it should be Stellan as well. I think he's the best of the 5, in my opinion. And also, I was
Stellan and Sean. Yeah.
Also, it's just he's such a good actor, and it's just the fact he's never won before. It's like that would just be such a great moment. Now, here is the reasoning and the argument for why I am picking Delroy Lindo to win the Oscar.
I'm all ears.
All right, so I've already talked about the incident. So the incident is one of the aspects, but that's not the main aspect here. When the nominations came out, sure, Amy Madigan got a few applause. Sure, there's other stuff. I've never heard that uproarious of a celebration from people, white and black, that uproarious of a sound when they announced Delroy Lindo's name. People were just in shambles and taken aback by it. And so it was a huge celebration. Like no other, that he was actually nominated for his first Oscar. And he is a beloved in the industry. People really love him. He's a legend who's been around for ages.
Yes.
And you made the argument that Amy Madigan, if she was nominated, maybe she would have won BAFTA. Well, here's the thing. Delroy Lindo, we don't know what his strength would have been because he hasn't gotten to compete against any of these people.
No.
But now that he is here, what if he is the stronger opponent to all of these people? And he's just never gotten to have that opportunity until just now.
He would be the Marcia Gay Harden of the lot.
Yeah.
He would, yeah.
He would be.
Which is rare. That's a rare occurrence.
It is a rare occurrence. I agree. But I feel he has been everywhere. He's been talking. He has this momentum growing for
the opposite of Sean Penn.
The movie. Yeah. So it's like, so I honestly feel like Delroy Lindo, this momentum kicking in there. And I just think that he's going to take it. But I would not be surprised at all if it's Sean Penn. And I also wouldn't be surprised if it's Stellan Skarsgård. But, I think it's between those 3. And I think I'm going to be leaning towards Delroy here because, especially in the supporting acting categories, that's when you see maybe some kind of surprises or some like we're giving it to the overdue person or something along those lines.
Okay, but the last thing you said though, that might hurt him and Stellan.
Maybe, but also
You know,
would Benicio and Sean Penn cancel each other out?
that's another thing. But also, the thing is that remember the 3 billboards here that Sam Rockwell won? He competed
Yeah.
against Woody.
Yeah.
So,
So I guess it doesn't always happen. But
Yeah.
then there's times where it's like Emma Stone and Rachel Weisz, they did cancel each other out for the favorite, and stuff like that. So there are.
Who won that year? I don't remember.
Yeah, I forgot who won that year too, but
Yeah.
but I know like they canceled each other out for that. So there's there have.
So you're gonna go Delroy.
I think I'm gonna be going Delroy for this particular category. I have to have a no guts, no glory, just completely go for it, see what happens kind of prediction. And I'm doing that with Delroy Lindo. If it pays off, great. If it doesn't, then so I'll still be happy regardless if either one of the three wins.
The thing, okay, so two things. One, he does have that clip.
He does. He does have
one where he tells. Yeah, I think it was the same one that we're going to talk about. Is that the one scene where he's in the car telling the story?
Oh yeah,
that's the one. The second thing is it's not that showy. After that, he's gone. He's really in the background in the movie for the rest of the movie.
Yeah. He's. It's not that showy of a performance, that's for sure. But also, Stellan isn't a showy performance, so that's another reason why Stellan.
Where is Sean Penn?
Yeah,
that's a showy performance, and actors really crave for a juicy performance like that.
Yeah,
especially a villain.
Yeah, villain. That's the only thing too, though, is
we're gonna bestow each supporting performance to a villain.
I wonder. So I always hate this argument, but I've heard people say, would Sean Penn lose based off the fact that his character is unlikable and that his character is this, vile.
We'll get to best actor in a moment, but yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't like that argument because numerous villains have won. Numerous performances with villains are won. Like, for example,
No Country for Old Men.
No Country for I hate him.
Yeah.
But that was an excellent performance.
Yeah.
Christoph Waltz, Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah.
He is charming, though. He is a charming
villain. You hated him. And Joker, he won. And there's the whole stupid Tommy Lee Jones beating Ralph Fiennes first, and there's this, but that's like the one time when the villain should have won.
Or I know you don't like him, but Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, Sam Rockwell.
He's not a villain per se, but
he's not a villain. He gets a redemption arc later on.
True.
But, in the movie as well. So
Gene Hackman, Unforgiven.
Yeah, that's a good one. Anthony Hopkins for Silence of the Lambs.
Well, that's best actor.
Oh yeah, best actor. Yeah.
Let me see. Let's see. No Country. Wow, 3 years regarding a bad guy winning. J.K. Simmons, you don't like him at all.
Oh yeah, J.K. Simmons. Whiplash. Yeah.
So. You do not like him at all. Yeah, and then we got some. Well, Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
He's not like a villain per se, but you don't like him because of his silly reasons. But
yeah, so he still ended up taking it. So I don't really think that argument is strong. It's strong for somebody else, maybe, and when we get to best actor, but not for best supporting actor.
Okay.
But yeah, but
no, I respect your no guts, no glory pick for Delroy.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. But I do feel like Sinners is gonna have a great night. I do feel like.
No, I think so too. It's just that people are overdoing it a little bit. That's what I'm saying. I'm just
I do think so.
I'll be happy. I'll be happy for either one of these performances, to be honest, because there's no bad performance.
In fact, Tristan even says he bet $100 on Lindo a month or two ago, right after the nominations. If he wins, I get almost 2,000. So
So I'm guessing that's his pick.
Yeah.
All right. That's interesting. Okay.
We'll see.
All right.
But yeah. Best actor.
Oh, boy.
Nominees are Widener Mora for The Secret Agent, Leonardo DiCaprio for One Battle After Another, Michael B. Jordan for Sinners, Timothy Chalamet, Marty Supreme, and Ethan Hawke, Blue Moon. Now, if it was up to me, I would be awarding Ethan Hawke and Blue Moon. I think he's the best performance of the bunch. He's my favorite performance of the year. But I am stuck between three right now.
And it's not who you think it is.
Yeah. Timothy Chalamet is no longer in the top three for me anymore.
Me either.
It is now between Michael B. Jordan, Widener Mora, and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
And I have some, I'm not going to say who told me, but I have some inside info that apparently, like, Leonardo DiCaprio was the runner-up at the BAFTAs that year, outside, or this year.
Oh, well, yeah.
Right under
the
Robert,
I Swear actor, yeah.
The I Swear actor. So that's one thing to look into is, like, the I Swear actor, he wasn't nominated here at the Oscars. So would the runner-up for BAFTA take home the prize, or are we going to go somebody else? It's just like,
I want to go off tangent for a moment. Do you think that the movie's going to be qualified for next year? I Swear?
I Swear, I don't know, maybe.
I don't know if they're going to make a play for it. That's the thing.
Especially after the stuff that went down at BAFTA.
Yeah, but now you have to judge for the movie, not for what happened.
I know. But I think we should, but unfortunately award bodies, I don't think they do that all the time.
Anyway,
but we'll see.
Back on topic. No, I do agree.
Yeah.
I do agree. I think people are tired of Chalamet, especially this award season. He really stepped on a nail this season.
Yeah. And Marty Supreme just keeps getting worse controversy as it goes along. Because
that's true.
We had the Josh Safdie controversy, and then we had the controversy about the other two actors in there too, like how they were at Trump events or something like that. And so now it's like, and then now Timothy Chalamet is getting controversy. It's just like, it's nonstop.
It's weird. It's very weird, and it's not really. The voting people do not like his campaigning strategies.
Yeah. No,
like the rapper video, like what does that have to do with the movie? Even like they're just getting tired of, maybe his BS.
Yeah.
Thing. And the ballet stuff, that was after the fact. The voting stuff was over.
Yeah.
So,
that was over.
So that is irrelevant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have Chalamet winning at all. No. But I do agree it's between those three because of what you said about the BAFTA thing. And I've heard that DiCaprio maybe made up at second too because they love One Battle.
Yeah. They really went all in for One Battle in that.
Yeah, they love One Battle. I really want to go for Jordan, but do I want to go for No Guts, No Glory pick here too? Shit. I'm assuming you're going to pick Jordan.
I have Michael B. Jordan, yes. That is my pick.
Because of the SAG speech.
Because of the SAG win, the SAG speech. I think his speech really helped him, I think. That last minute momentum of, like, all the people who watched it, that speech, I think, clicked on his name immediately to vote for him after that. So,
okay. That would be a surprise if DiCaprio wins, but I would understand it. But I don't have him winning here.
Yeah.
Okay, I do have Jordan at the moment, but I could make a last-minute switch with Mora.
Yeah.
He's been campaigning a lot.
And Mora is, like, his performance is still so celebrated. When I went to see it at the festival, like, everyone just erupted in applause when his name popped up in the credits. So it's like that tells you, he's beloved. My issue with it, though, you look at Leo, he's showy in the movie. He's got his fun showy moments.
Yeah,
he has
like numerous Oscar clips in there. Yeah,
yeah. You got Michael B. Jordan.
He has some
couple Oscar clips in there.
Mora does have a lot, actually.
Mora, I think he's actually very subtle in the movie. So I do
agree. Yeah,
I don't really see.
For a good reason, though, his character has to hide.
That's true. Yeah.
So he can't be showy.
Yeah, that's true.
Otherwise, that would defeat the character's purpose.
Yeah, that is a good point. And Ethan Hawke, he's just happy to be here. But
unfortunately, so look, I'm happy for him to be nominated because it is a great performance.
It is.
Yeah, but respect to Jesse Plemons and Lee Byung-hun, they should have been in there. But okay, so you're gonna go with Jordan.
I think I'm leaning towards Michael B. Jordan. Yeah. You want to be different and then just see who ends up being right on Sunday? Or what do you think?
I want to pick Jordan, but I'm not that confident. Because it's the Wagner Mora thing. But the thing is that the Sinners is more celebrated than the Secret Agent. People remember Mora after the Secret Agent, and people who are kind of indifferent about the Secret Agent love Mora.
Yeah, and
he's like throughout the movie, he's like there in almost every scene.
And a little bit of a spoiler alert. I'm not gonna say who he plays. For a little bit of a spoiler alert for the Secret Agent. But
I see where you're going here. Yeah,
both Michael B. Jordan and Wagner Mora technically play two characters, so that makes it also kind of interesting. So,
they canceled each other out. Oh, DiCaprio, you're gonna be the one because you didn't play a twin in this movie.
Yeah, you didn't play a twin. So,
that is interesting. Yeah. You're right. I'll just go with Jordan because of the SAG.
Yeah, the SAG one.
I would not be surprised if Mora wins.
I'm the same way. I would not be surprised at all if Mora wins. This might be the one that I decide to like switch up last minute before the Oscars happen, because it's just like because I'm so back and forth between Wagner Mora and Michael B. Jordan.
I hate to go this route, but the thing is age. Jordan is definitely younger.
He's younger, but he's also still like
he's in his late 30s.
Yeah, he's in his late 30s, but he's still been around for a while. Like, people know he's been around for a while.
Yeah, since what is that movie called? The baseball? Oh, Hardball.
Yeah. And then he was in The Wire, and then then he
was with Jesse Plemons and some, I think, a show, right? I think
something like that. Yeah. So,
I'll go Jordan, but it's close.
Yeah. Yeah, it is close.
Personally, he's my least favorite of the five.
Yeah, he's my least favorite of the five as well, honestly. But you know what? Why not? Just to be different, I'll say Wagner Mora.
All right, go Wagner Mora.
And let's see who ends up being on top. But just to be different, I'll probably fuck myself over by doing that, but I don't care. I think it's a little bit of chaos. I want to see some chaos happen.
Okay.
And I think that would be some well-worthy chaos to happen there for
you're
it.
Making me want to sway, actually. But I got to go with the SAG thing. So, and no, actually, Mora was not nominated.
He was not nominated at SAG. That's one thing. Yeah, that's one thing to consider.
Wait a minute. Who won in the Golden Globes?
Also, Wagner Mora won the Globe, and he was not nominated at SAG and was not nominated at BAFTA.
But obviously the I Swear actor won.
Yeah, the I Swear actor won.
Oh shit!
But Wagner Mora never got to compete against everybody else because SAG as a whole specifically, they have almost like a bias against international films. But other than the Parasite year, every other year though they usually do. But the Oscars, they don't. They've awarded international films several times for.
What was the last actor to win for an international or the international actor? Was it Dujardin?
Might
For the
have
artist?
might have been.
It can't be Benini. I think it's Dujardin.
So.
Like, what was the last foreign actor to win the Oscar?
If you and you're counting best
Actor, just actor,
lead actor, okay,
just kind of lead actor. Well, I'm not going to count Cillian Murphy.
No.
I know he's Irish, but no, I'm not going to count. Or Anthony Hopkins, he's Welsh. I know that, but
yeah,
I mean, no, I understand that, but no. I think it's Dujardin.
Yeah, I think it is Dujardin for the artist.
So it's a silent movie.
Yeah,
but you know it takes place in Hollywood. Now, if you're going to go to like total foreign language, then it's Roberto Benigni.
Oh yeah, for sure. But
ooh, okay. Now that came into my head. Now,
yeah.
Oh shit. You know what? I'll hop in with you.
Wow, there we go.
I'll do an upset.
Secret agent.
I'm gonna go Mora.
Mora.
Because no, I'll be fine with Jordan winning.
Oh yeah.
All these 5 performances are great.
They are.
No, they're great. But yeah, like we talked about, the only time they competed against each other was Golden Globes.
Yeah, and
Mora
won when they competed against each other.
But the thing is, that's a smaller body.
Yeah.
But it's foreign.
It is foreign body. Yeah. And I do know that they say that like a good, not a good chunk, but still like 23%, somewhere around there now, of the Oscar voters are Brazilian now, and that's why I'm Still Here was able to win Best International Feature, was because of
Fernando Torres
and the whole Brazilian community of the
who won Mikey Madison, right?
Mikey Madison won actress. But
I understand that pick because also it premiered at Cannes. I think Europeans,
so there's
and she won BAFTA too.
Anything that has the European
anything can happen actually with Best Actor.
Anything that has the European nature to it, because here's the thing too, is that Leo wasn't a movie that performed very well overseas.
Yes.
So people who were international voters got to see his performance and probably really loved it. The Secret Agent did well overseas. Sinners didn't do all that great overseas. So, it did better.
It's a very American movie.
In the U.S. Yeah. So it's like, I think that when you look overall at the combined votes between the foreign body and the American body, I think the foreign body is going to take it, and you're going to
Mora will win.
Mora? Yeah.
Fuck it. I think we're going to go nuts. I'm going No Guts, No Glory for Mora.
Nice.
And I guess you're doing it another one here.
I was going to, but honestly, I think now I'm swayed with Widener Mora. I think we're both going to stick with him. I think so. But my No Guts, No Glory will be your No Guts, No Glory will be Mora. Mine's going to be Delroy. So. To see what happens there. So,
this would be the only other time they would compete against each other, Jordan and Mora.
Yeah. Because
now I understand if Jordan would win it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I do too. But I mean, you can also. Because I think if you look at all the rest of the actors, I think every single one of these other actors were nominated at all the other big prizes.
Yes,
I believe so. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's another thing
Yeah.
too. So, and you know how like, and how we underestimated the fact that everyone was all like, "Oh, Fernanda Torres isn't going to get nominated because she missed BAFTA nomination, she missed the SAG nomination, she missed all that. Even though she won the Globe, that doesn't matter." And then she went on to still get the Oscar nom off of just one Globe. And I know Globe is like something not to be a massive indicator. Like some people are saying that because the Globes are so long ago. You know, we were talking about like stuff that's like long ago, but I just think that the Secret Agent also released at the perfect
just
time. Just in time as well too. So it's like when you look at the Globe win that happened in January, plus you look at when the Secret Agent actually had its release.
Yeah, you could stream it now. Yeah,
I think it's going to be something that can help benefit it.
Yeah, because people already seen Sinners and won out, so
yeah,
and people are still intrigued about the Secret Agent because it wasn't available as much. But,
yeah, exactly.
Okay, it's a risk for me.
We shall see.
More, but all right. So let's finish off with the last
best director. So
yeah,
we got
maybe pretty easy.
Yeah, this one's pretty easy, but we got Josh Safdie, Joachim Trier, Chloe Zhao, Ryan Coogler, and Paul Thomas Anderson. It's Josh Safdie now, right?
After all that controversy, yes, it's Josh Safdie.
Yes, absolutely.
No, it's going to be Paul Thomas Anderson. He's won about almost every single thing.
Oh yeah,
and DGA.
Yeah, he won DGA. He won BAFTA.
Critics
he won Globe. He won the Critics' Choice. He won everything you could win for Best Director, which is insane. He's fully swept.
Okay, yes, I do. Yes. Now I know people are gonna pull the Parasite card, but
yeah,
with Bong Joon-ho, but that one. This is my argument. That movie is beloved everywhere.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, Sinners, is mostly beloved in America.
Yeah.
So, and we already made the case over and over tonight that I don't think they love Sinners as much in overseas.
Yeah, One Battle is beloved everywhere in America and overseas, and I know people are saying there's a last minute surge for Sinners, but I feel like Ryan is going to win an Oscar. He's just going to be winning it for a different category, I think.
Coogler, yes, we already said it. He's a lock for screenplay, original screenplay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have Paul Thomas Anderson winning.
Same.
It's the one that it's like it's his time.
Yep.
Yeah, he's been in the industry for how many years? Like 30 years?
Yeah. He's been in the industry since Hard 8, for a very long time. He's my favorite filmmaker, and a lot of other people's a lot of cinephiles have him as like their favorite filmmaker or high up there. So
here's a little interesting stat. Martin Scorsese won for The Departed in 2006. And relatively, his first movie was around the 70s. A little over 30 years. You know what I'm getting at? I mean,
that's true. Scott Mann said it on his show. He said One Battle.
Oh, he did? Oh, okay.
He said One Battle After Another feels like Paul Thomas Anderson's Departed.
Yeah. So, and they were released around the same time.
Yeah. So I was like, I think that.
And that will make my case for the last category, and we'll talk about it. But no, we agree. Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yeah, we both agree on that. Yeah. Finally.
Coogler, okay, yes, but the odds are very stacked against his favor.
Oh yeah, yeah. And Best Picture, the nominees are One Battle After Another, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, Sinners, Frankenstein, Begonia, The Secret Agent, Train Dreams, and F1.
All right, it's F1. Have a good night, everybody.
Yep. Guys. Begonia, runner-up. All right, guys.
Okay, so F1, no. Begonia, no. Train Dreams, no. Frankenstein, no. Marty Supreme, no. Sentimental Value, no. Secret Agent, no. Hamnet, a chance.
But like
chance.
1%.
Like 1%, yes. Or 2%. I'll do it.
2%. There you go.
Sure. Because of the heavy competition between these two Warner Brothers movies. That's my point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Warner Brothers is going to be having a good year on a year that they just got bought out by Paramount. You know, it's like now they're going to be having a good year with winning an Oscar. Yeah,
and it's like the cherry on top of their year of 2025.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, One Battle has won about every single Best Picture award.
Yeah.
I'm talking about just Best Picture.
True.
All right. Sinners, SAG. That's it.
Yeah.
That's not a Best Picture winner. That's not a Best Picture award, people.
But Parasite did that, is what they would say.
But that's the thing. People think that they say Best Ensemble equals the Best Picture. No, it does not. It's an ensemble.
Yeah.
It's an acting ensemble. SAG Awards, or now the Actor Awards, celebrates acting.
Yeah.
Not the movie. I mean, there's more people involved regarding, a movie, besides acting. There's like the director, producer, writer, the Foley artists, the art directors, the cinematographer, like everybody.
Yeah.
In the end, it's the producers. But yeah, that's my point, because that's the thing is, like, people really jump at the opportunity or pounce at the opportunity to predict something like right out of the blue. Now, having said that, I do agree that Sinners does have momentum.
Yes.
I do agree that. However, we both said it does have a lot of precursor wins.
Yeah, it does.
And you got the PGA award. That's the big one. That's the big one.
Look at all the wins. It's got PGA,
DGA,
Best Film at BAFTA. It won the
DGA.
Golden Globe. It won Critics' Choice.
Yeah.
It's won WGA. It's won DGA. So I think it's
And it won Best Picture at the Gothams.
Yeah, it won.
It has nothing to do with it, but yeah.
For crying out loud, I was like.
And do you know what's a big deal? I read this. So there's this awards called the Caesar Awards or Caesar Awards.
Oh yeah.
So that was my point I was alluding to earlier. So that won Best International Feature.
Huh.
The first English movie to win that since. You want to guess?
Since.
I'll give you a hint. It's a Best Picture winner as well.
Oh, The Artist?
You're not too far off. The Birdman.
Birdman. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so Birdman was the last movie to win a Best International Feature at the Caesar Awards and won Best Picture.
Oh.
I think that's kind of big too.
Yeah, that's kind of big. Also, Birdman. It was the last time my favorite movie of the year ever won Best Picture. So.
That's Italy. I think that's Italy, right? Caesar Award.
Yeah.
I'll look it up. But what do you think?
I'm right up there with you. I'm really thinking that this Sinners thing, I think it will help surprise in certain categories. But I think that this last minute boost of momentum, like we said, it could help Michael B. Jordan. It could help, other people in other categories. I just think when you look at picture and if PTA is winning director, if it's winning screenplay, if it's winning editing, that's the package you need to win picture. I just don't see a world where that takes those big three, and then it goes on to win that, which also makes me makes me want to reevaluate
Supporting actor.
my acting. Well, in general, my acting picks, because there's always at least an acting win associated with the Best Picture winner. So,
Right.
So it's like whether it's actress, actor, supporting actress, there's usually always at least one. So,
Not every year, because Honora. Oh no, not Honora. What was the last one? Oh, no, not Coda either. Parasite. Parasite was the last movie to win a Best Picture without an acting award.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Parasite was the last one, which was 2019. So, I'm really thinking that this is going to be one battle's year. It's going to be one battle after another, though, between that and Sinners throughout the night.
Okay, so you think it's going to be one battle?
Yes, one battle for Best Picture. I think when you look at also the timely, so on the Oscar Experts video, they were saying,
I saw it too.
They were saying something interesting though. They were saying how One Battle After Another is the more timely film, but how Sinners is the more timeless film. If that makes sense.
I think they're both. I think they're both going to be timeless because, Sinners is a great movie in the horror genre. I think.
Yeah.
And it's going to last a long time because of what it is, and whereas One Battle, I think so too, because what's going on today, but also this and the history itself, whether we can accept it or not, it's going to last. What's going on with ICE and all that stuff. I mean, it's going to be imprinted regarding Trump's, presidency.
So true. So yeah, that's a good point. And my big thing too is we talked about it with supporting actress. I'm more okay with giving a horror movie like a acting prize than I would be to say a horror movie is going to be winning Best Picture. I just don't think the Academy is ready for that again. I think that
Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs is the last one, and that was what, 1991. 91, yeah. So,
and that's, people say it's a horror movie, and it is a horror movie.
It is,
but that's more psychological horror.
Yeah.
And also, this one it's a vampire movie.
Yeah, it's like
it's a Southern vampire movie. Let's just put it that way.
And I mean, they have been working on themselves better by having stuff like, The Substance getting nominated for Best Picture, or now this getting nominated for Best Picture. So
and Frankenstein too.
Frankenstein as well. So it's like they've been working on themselves in terms of nominating horror now, but I just don't see a world where a horror movie again wins Best Picture. Now you could be saying, "Oh, but you think an action movie is going to win Best Picture?"
That's a numerous genres, though.
Yeah,
so many genres.
It's multiple genres. It's not just an action movie. It's
you could say about Sinners, like it's a horror movie, yes, but it's also a drama.
Yeah.
Now, when I thought about it, I do agree that Sinners has momentum.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a great movie. Look, it'll last. Okay, people need to calm down about that too. It's like Sinners is going to last. Okay, calm down. I'm gonna watch it many times. I'm probably gonna watch it every October, during my horror marathons. Okay, because it's that good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have it on my Fandango app. I'll watch it whenever I want to watch it. So it's a great movie. Now, thinking from an Academy voters perspective, I do see younger people voting for it. Older people, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
There's a switcheroo in the third act. The vampire stuff. And I know people don't like horror.
Yeah, they don't. Some people, so the older people don't. Yeah.
Yeah, people don't like horror, and people don't like vampires at all.
Yeah.
Like
they think it's demonic or whatever, and it's like
demonic. And
that's a demonic. You need to go back to church.
Yeah. Actually, let me clarify. Look, there is a scene in the first act that is like, oh, what's going on here? It's a vampire. Like, why is he a vampire? So people will get confused about that. So yeah, that has that against his favor. And the second thing is, I do agree that it has horror in the Academy, baby steps.
Yeah.
Yeah, like last year with The Substance, and now this year with Frankenstein and Sinners, and you can say Weapons if you want to, with Amy Madigan. It's just baby steps. Like, we already got 2 movies nominated for Best Picture. That's great. And then Amy Madigan may potentially win. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's actually pretty great, for that genre itself. I don't know, like, what's going to be in contention this year. Maybe Werewolf. We'll see. But okay. The one thing that the 2 reasons why I'm picking One Battle to win. One, the precursors.
Yeah.
It's like a David versus Goliath kind of thing.
True.
I mean, just Sinners has only got SAG. And this mostly for acting.
Yeah.
And the picture itself, though, Sinners has not won against One Battle in the top shows.
Yeah, I agree.
Just I know critics groups, but no, that's like, put away. But it hasn't won against One Battle in any of the shows. The BAFTA, no. Golden Globes, no. PGA, DGA, no. Mm-mm. And the second thing is, I think that the international voters, that will definitely benefit One Battle.
Yeah, I think so too.
And actually, some of America will do love One Battle more than this.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm leaning One Battle, I think.
Look, and I'll be fine if Sinners wins.
I will.
Yes, I love that movie. But One Battle I also love too. So they're both great movies in the end. Y'all don't have to fight, against one another saying, "Oh, I'm gonna be right and Sinners winning. Oh, I'm gonna be right if One Battle wins." Just enjoy the show. Enjoy the movies.
Yeah.
That's it.
Now, the question is, if Sean Penn was to win the Oscar for One Battle After Another, is he actually going to show up to the Oscar ceremony? I know he didn't show up to SAG and BAFTA, but is he going to show up to the Oscar ceremony?
Well, let's see. The last 2 wins. Oh, he did show up. When was the last time he got nominated? Was it Milk?
The last time he was Milk, yeah. Okay.
And then let's see. He won Mystic River, won Milk. I know he didn't show up for Sweet and Lowdown.
Yeah.
Shoot. I think he may show up for Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yeah.
And he has a shot.
He does.
I think he will show up for Paul.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean, look, if he wins, like, don't you want to hear a speech from him?
Yeah, I want to hear one speech at least. Come on. Don't let us just be like, oh, we'll accept this award on his behalf or whatever, and not, like, damn. Okay.
Well, but the thing is, who's presenting? Is it the winners, right? Again?
Yeah.
But is it Kieran or is it going to be Zoe?
I think usually they do it like the females do it for the males, and then so I think Zoe would be announcing for Sean if he won. Yeah.
And Kieran would be presenting maybe for Madigan.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. It could be, Zoe for Madigan, and then.
Which, hey, Zoe doing that may be another reason why Delroy, a person of color, getting a prize from a person of color.
Yeah. Look, I don't want to factor into that because I want to just judge the performance. The performance. That's no, but I do understand that
for sure. But yeah, guys.
So, how many awards does we have for One Battle winning?
So One Battle total will
picture, director.
It would be winning picture,
director. Adapted screenplay.
Okay,
in my case, supporting actor.
Your case, supporting actor, so that'd be 4.
Yeah.
And then
cinematography,
editing.
That's it.
That would be 6.
6 versus 5.
Yeah, 6. And then Sinners, we have
4.
it would be
we're going upset. We're going upset though. Yeah.
If Michael B. Jordan ends
Okay,
up
if Michael B. Jordan, I'll 1. Okay, if he wins.
So 1, and then I have my Delroy Lindo
Score.
upset.
Okay.
Score.
Original
screenplay. And then casting. So
5 versus 4 versus 3.
5 versus
4
6
versus 6.
Because 6 for one battle, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So 6 for one battle, and then 5 for
5, 4, maybe 3. I don't think it's gonna be 3, but
it's gonna be
4.
I think it's gonna be around 5
4 or 5.
So, yeah.
No, but look, add all these up. That's great for Warner Brothers.
Yeah, it is.
Especially if you include the Madigan.
Yeah.
And F1.
F1, yeah.
So that would be 13 for Warner Brothers.
That would be very good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
They're the most nominated studio now with 3 films in Best Picture. So
this year, yes.
Yeah.
Which I didn't think it was going to be possible because sometimes we want to think about like Sony Picture Classics or a Searchlight, which Searchlight fumbled. I don't know why, but
yeah, but it was
okay.
Rough, so. That's it, guys. So that is
tomorrow.
That is an interesting show. That's the Oscar picks for us for winners. Tune in on Sunday night to see if we are right or not. I will be doing a sort of like an after show sort of discussion on the Oscars that Sunday night, so you guys can stay tuned for that. See how many we got right and wrong. But thank you, Jonathan, for agreeing to come on and doing this with me tonight. This was a lot of fun. So let us know down in the comments, guys. What are your predictions to win? What do you think will upset, surprise? Let us know. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see more Oscar content, more awards content throughout the year, throughout next year, and so on and so forth. So where can the people find you, man?
You can find me on social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, Blue Sky, and Threads, a different variation of Syndicare. In Instagram, since it's Women's History Month, I'm doing a female-directed horror movies tournament. There are a couple that came out, with The Bride, and I believe I think Undertone is a female-directed movie, but
so yeah,
it is, right? Okay, so yeah, I was like, you know what? Let's marry both of them. Let's do a female-directed horror movies tournament. Sure. So that's what I have on my Instagram, and you can find me in other places like this channel, Movie Hero Network, Pierce Co. It could be anywhere. So thanks for having me. Let's see if we're right or we're wrong. But I'm just happy that we're going to see Conan again.
Conan hosting it.
Yeah, and maybe some surprises. I've heard there could be some surprises regarding who's going to be on the show and who's not.
Yeah. So
I know that. Let's just say In Memoriam is going to be devastating.
Oh God! And I know we're going to be getting Golden and I Lied to You performances, so that should be fun.
I wish we had the Train Dream song for more.
Yeah.
But I understand it's just those two. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, those are the 2 front runners in that category, anyway. So,
and I'm happy that we're getting film clips from the nominees.
Yeah, I always miss the film clips. It would be interesting to see which clips they play for the ones that we said didn't really have Oscar clips. It'll be interesting to see which clips.
I'll be curious which one they're going to select for One Battle on Marty for Leo and Timothy.
Yeah. I'm gonna be kind of curious.
And Sean Penn.
Sean Penn. I like black girls. It's like I can just see that one.
I love him.
I love him.
It's funny and menacing at the same time.
Yeah, that'd be so great.
But yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
thanks for having me.
That'll be it, guys. So thank you all for tuning in. We will see you all tomorrow night. Until then, stay classy, my friends, and keep on watching those movies.
Be nice to each other.
Yes.